Thank you all for coming out. Welcome to Quai du Vin Estate Winery. My name is Jamie. I've used to call myself a winemaker. I'm more likely to call myself a vigneron, which is, I guess, even a French word of saying director of production. But this is where it all starts. A lot of people who have never been out to see us before don't realize that we even have vineyards in Elgin County. We personally have over 24. We've been growing grapes since the early 70s. The vineyard we're standing in right now is a Riesling vineyard. It was planted back in 2007, and it's the second Riesling vineyard that we had in production over the last 43 years. We look at about 1,100 vines to an acre. Most people think that grape growing is just a summertime process when the weather's nice, we're outside. But the truth is we start pruning in January. By Easter every year, we're training the vines to the wires. We're getting things ready for the summer season. By Mother's Day weekend, the buds have burst. We are training the vines to the wires. Easiest way for most people to think of how a grapevine grows is it's a lot like a solar panel. We're doing everything we can to make sure that those leaves, which are collecting sunlight, turning them into energy, into sugar for our grapes, that they're getting the most amount of sunlight as they possibly can. So we're spacing the canopy out. We call it training, but it's essentially spacing the leaves out. We're keeping the weeds under control. We're keeping the grasses under control to allow airflow, a current, a breeze, keeps the disease at bay. And all these little hands-on techniques are what minimize our use of sprays. It's what we do to keep things just extra special, and it's what makes wine ultimately interesting.
Every restaurant you go to, it always seems like there's a... It always seems like every restaurant you go to, it's, you know, the vegetable, that market veg, that day veg. You always get this, you know, here's some carrots and beans and some parsnips, or here's some of this and some of that, and, you know, who cares, right? That's what you get. So I decided that we were taking a salad. This is actually like a Moroccan vegetable salad, and we're going to change things up a little bit. Instead of making it a salad, we're going to grill it and serve it as the side dish. So instead of the salad, we're not thinking salad dressing here. We're going to be thinking more marinade, or something to toss and coat those vegetables at the end. That's a real simple one. We're just going to take a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and it's a shame just to use lemon zest, or sorry, lemon juice. Get a little bit of zest in there as well. Nice breeze down here. So you got to aim that lemon just right so you hit the bowl. And because we have it, let's get a little bit of lime on there. Now, what I'm using, by the way, is a tool. This is a microplane. They're not expensive, and they will make a big difference in everything you do. And if you love watching Food Network or TV shows or maybe our videos, you know, you start finding these things everywhere and you want to use them. Fantastic stuff. Let's get a little bit of lemon juice in there. A little bit of acid to break through that, lime juice. That's ready to go. We've got a little bit of fresh mint that we're going to be using later. We add it now, it's going to turn dark green on us. We don't want that to happen quite yet. Nice clove of garlic. Get rid of that garbage. You can even give it a nice little push. There we go. And we're going to give that a nice little cut. Oh, a little more skin.
How do you like that knife, Jim?
This is a great knife.
Is that the Curadori?
Yeah, it's holding its edge. I've put it through the paces back at the kitchen, and I've really tried chopping a lot of different things with it. It holds its nice edge. You can put an edge onto it. That's good. And then one more piece of skin. We're going to just get there. I don't want this big chunks of garlic in this dressing, or sorry, this marinade. So we're going to give it a bit of a puree. There we go, in that goes, and that's going to sit a little while. I love having a picnic table as a prep area. Place to sit when you get tired, lots of different little levels, lots of things to put stuff. We also have here, by the way, nice little bit of cumin and paprika. We're going to add that in. A little more flavor. We'll get some salt and pepper in that later. Oh, right now actually seems like a good idea. We can readjust that seasoning when the time comes. That set to one side, we'll come back to it. Now, For the peppers, we're going to barbecue them. So we're going to grill everything. And we've seen this before in some of our videos, but I'll show it to you again. I like to cut it in half. Pull that back. That is not the sound effect of a frog. That is a real frog in the background saying, I'm hungry. I'm really hungry. Are you going to feed me? We're not going to barbecue any flies or insects tonight. I like to get rid of that stem in there. Give it a little tap. Get rid of those seeds. Get to use the whole thing. And then get a little bit of oil on these things. So we're going to take them over to the grill. We're going to grill them up. We're also going to take a pan to the side. We're going to dry roast a little bit of pine nuts. Mix everything together. We're going to have ourselves a fantastic marinated vegetable side dish. Okay, here we go. Am I facing the shot right now?
Yep.
Yeah? So one thing we're going to do with this Moroccan vegetable side dish is we are going to make sure that we give a nice little dry roast to these pine nuts. Really when you're using any sort of nuts, even with some of our peppercorns, a little bit of dry roast in that pan really brings out and develops the oils and the flavors. Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. This one, you're like wondering, hey, well, that's rather big. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to do something a little secretly. We're going to get these things up and on. Get on that. Get our vegetables up there. Nice summer vegetables. I always call them yellow zucchini, so I guess for the most part they're probably yellow squash. Green zucchini. On it goes. Get some grill marks on them. Or zucchini. You overkill, don't kill them. Don't overcook them. As soon as you do that, oh, they're all mushy. Might as well turn them into a shake. Don't need that. Mark, I see you laughing. I know you want a zucchini shake now. That's what you're thinking. So let's get them on there. If you keep them nice and thick though, then they're going to retain their shape. There we go. Same with the peppers. And this is not raw beef in here. This is all good stuff. So you can grill those vegetables and put them right back in there when we get them back to them. Right off the bat, get some nice marks going. Nice little bit of char. These are looking good. Absolutely fantastic. When we're ready, we'll come right back to them. Let's check on something else in the meantime. We're going to start off now with our salad. And we've got a barbecue sauce that has not one drop of ketchup in it. Actually, it's smoked grapes, stewed down, pureed, and we have a fantastic barbecue sauce. Nice, deep, smoky flavor. Doesn't have that commercial ketchup kind of flavor about it. Really, really, really nice. We've got some nice tomatoes, cucumbers, spinach, a little bit of crunch from our iceberg lettuce. But now, we're going to get a little crazy. We're going to take a couple of strands here, or strings, whatever you want to call them, Jamie, all right, of grapes. We're going to hit it with olive oil. We're going to get a little bit of salt and pepper on that. We're going to take it to the barbecue, and we're going to grill them along with our chicken breast, which is right over here. I want to keep this nice and simple. I don't want to get it crazy because I want the barbecue sauce, but a little bit of white wine and a little bit of olive oil, hint of pepper, we're off to the grill. So here we go. Two of the elements that we're going to grill today for our salad is the chicken that we mentioned with the barbecue sauce made from the smoked grapes, and also some grilled grapes. So Mary, I'm going to get you to get those grapes onto the barbecue. Yep, pick them up.
Can I just pick them up?
There you go. Throw them on and watch out for flare. You put on that next one. Look at that. You okay?
Yeah.
Good. And we've got a little bit of residue from the oil. All good stuff. And of course we got this piece of chicken. Let's start that off. And what I like to do with the chicken is, remember, don't put it on and start moving it around. You're just going to rip it to shreds. Let it cook, and as soon as it cooks and all that moisture is evaporated and those nice grill marks come to pass, then you can pop it up and move it around. But don't forget, we're also going to turn the heat down on the chicken. Barbecuing chicken from raw over high heat is just like a really bad idea, so don't do it. And then once also, don't kill with barbecue sauce at the beginning. Chicken's not cooked, barbecue sauce is all sugar. Next thing you know, the whole thing just turns black. Barbecue sauce is something you must do at the very end. Now, if you want something else, take some of that barbecue sauce, water it down, I mean, really water it down, and you can marinate your chicken in that. You're gonna get a good flavor. So the chicken's looking good. We got those marks turned around. We're gonna turn it over one more time, turn down that heat. Mary, how are those grapes looking?
Grapes are almost done. We got some char marks there, and we're just waiting for a couple more seconds.
Looking fantastic. Okay. I'd say about another 10 seconds. Pull those things off. We're good to go. The chicken, we're just gonna have to turn this over. Let's see. See, comes over really nice. Oh my gosh, look at those things. Let's turn that heat down now because we actually want to cook the chicken, not destroy it.
Look at that. Those are gorgeous.
Fantastic. Mark, you get a shot of that? See that from here? It's a nice matching color bowl too. Look at that. We even had a green bowl for the green grapes if we really wanted to. Every step of cooking is important, especially when you're color coordinating. Mark has me standing in a bed of flowers with bees in it so we can get a shot of some grapes. Thanks, Mark.
That's called commitment.
So, of course, here we are now with these grilled vegetables, Moroccan style. Keep them nice, big. I don't want to say chunky, but keep them nice and girthy looking. Have some presentation value to it. I'll show you though. Cut all the way through. This is something you could actually do ahead of time. And if you really want to, pop it into the oven at the last second. Just to reheat it. Because definitely, you know, if you're in a backyard barbecue, you've got a lot more going on than you've got time for. Now, something we do in the restaurants is we get something like a little mandolin. This one's nice little, this is the wider one, it's like $60. You get a smaller one that's like $30. But if you want to take some of these things and you want to get a little different, you start running them through. You're going to get these. When you get the seeds though, of course, it's going to mess up a little bit. But you get these ribbons. The ribbons can be a lot of fun to pick up and toss together. That's why you don't want to overcook these big. This big yellow one looks nice. Go right into the salad. Now, if you don't want to go out and spend the money to get this, that's totally cool. This is just for showing off. Drop that in there. So, but you can take the same thing. You know, it's all about on the angle. And you can see those pine nuts are in there. I'm surprised in between shots we didn't eat everything. This is just such great stuff. Great flavors, great smells, great look. In that goes. There's that nice little marinade. Pour it over. Now, there's two things you can do here. One is rubber gloves. Another one is set of tongs. Another thing you can do, wash your hands and then get in there. Gently toss everything together. And once again, before we go to a platter or present it to our friends, we'll take some of that fresh mint, chop that up, pop it on top, nice garnish. Fantastic. It's going to be bright green. It's the first thing they see. They smell all these great flavors. They get that nice little mint in there. Oh, absolutely fantastic. Let's set that down there and go on to our next dish. Sarah, bring me that Kiridori knife. Thanks. Now remember, this piece of chicken, we're actually going to cut it up for the salad, so we can cheat a little bit. Some people, by the way, how can you tell if chicken's cooked? I can never tell. Well, chicken. See that right there? That's raw chicken. Make a fist. See what that is? That's cooked chicken. Real basic, by the way. Chicken is pretty hard to cook. The meats, because you can go from cooked properly to absolutely destroyed in a heartbeat. So you want to be very, very careful. But because I know, see, I'm just getting there. But you know what? A little trick we'll do. I know I'm going to cut this up. I know I'm going to butterfly it. So I might as well do it on the grill to make sure it's where I'm looking. So cut that open. Beautiful. Gonna keep it on that nice low heat. And now I get this barbecue sauce we made. Start sloshing that on. Okay, let's put that back down. Come back to that in a moment. Okay, of course, what's dinner with barbecue or dinner, whatever you like, without maybe a main dish? That chicken we did is going to go in that salad. Don't forget about that. We also have our side vegetable dish. That's fantastic. But now what's the last thing we're going to do? We're going to do some grilled pork chops. Once again, I'm going to keep it light on the seasoning. A little salt and pepper, a little white wine, a little bit of finish there. No problem. But we're going to finish it off with a smoked grape tapenade. Now, tapenade is generally olives, capers, maybe a little tuna, dill. You pretty much blitz it so it's a paste. Trying to keep that whole paste concept in mind, I thought smoked grapes came out a little runnier than I wanted, but you know what? Still working on it, but the flavor's fantastic. We're going to grill these pork chops, and we're going to put that tapenade on near the end. And then we're going to take a fennel gremolata, which is just sort of, gremolata actually originally is parsley, garlic, and lemon. And you would sprinkle it over something like ossobuco, and it gives you that sort of that finish, that fragrance. We're going to change up a little bit for our pork. So here we go. Nice, good butterfly pork chops. Put them on there. Because once again, pork, a little like chicken, takes a little more time to cook all the way through. We do want to cook these things all the way through. Pork tenderloin, I have a tendency to cook more, maybe medium. Great, great flavor, great texture. I just still haven't got there with the tenderloin pork chops. I still need to cook those things all the way through. Don't know why, but that's just me. A little bit of cucumber. Cut them up. Don't get too crazy the way, you know, it's, unless you're inviting someone really important over, it's your family. Just rustic, just nice, fun. No problem. We got some baby spinach all ready to go. Take off that outer leaf. Mother Nature's packaging. There you go. And that one, keep that nice and thin. If only I had some spoons. Hey, Jamie, thanks.
No problem, James.
Jamie here does a Vidal wine that we make a whole grain mustard out of. Absolutely fantastic. We get a lot of response on it. So I'm going to put a nice big tablespoon in there. Then I'm going to get some honey. And that's going to give it some flavor. Some extra virgin olive oil. A little bit of our white wine vinegar. We're going to mix this up. Nice, good looking grill marks. This is that tapenade that we made with the smoked grapes. We got a little bit of garlic in there, a little bit of salt and pepper, a little lemon juice, a little extra virgin olive oil. Now we've turned down the heat on the pork, so I got the majority of our heat coming from the hot side here. That's still on, almost like an oven now. We're just gonna put that right on top. Be nice and generous. And we want to smear that down a little bit. Careful with your hand in there, or your camera. And we're just going to let that go now. Let it bake off, let it finish off. Boom, we're ready to go. Let's go work on that gremolata. Don't put it on while you're cooking, it's after you're cooking. This here is lemon zest and parsley, chopped up, mixed together. A clove of garlic. This one you don't want to smash with the knife. You actually want to try and peel this one, right? But we get that little microplane going. Get that nice little flavor. Now, fennel. We're going to mix it up with our hands. Put it onto the pork chops when they come on. Really nice. Once again, I can feel that getting cooked all the way through to where I want it. I really like the way that tapenade's taking to the pork. It's going to absolutely work out well. In fact, at this point, what I'm going to do is turn off the barbecue, close the lid, and let it sit for a few minutes because after this, we're eating it. So
we'll sell you the seat, but you only need the edge.
Okay, so here is our pork chops, fresh off the barbecue. And we're just going to give those things a nice little cut. Put them right onto the plate. Same thing here. Kevin can't wait to eat. And that frog
can't wait to
eat. So that's that grape tapenade. And then we're going to take that final little finish. this was actually Sarah's idea.
Oh.
I said we're gonna do a lemonade. You want to see like grape lemonade, or what was some of the other options we had?
Grape lemonade or grape iced tea.
Or grape iced tea.
Great. Cheers.
Here's to Quai du Vin.
Bon appetit.
So everyone's finishing up. We working on a little bit of dessert, and let's take a look back to the barbecue. But you know what? One thing I probably haven't told them about is that we're going to do some poached grapes
Pop it in there.
over ice cream for a balsamic reduction. Once again, we're keeping that whole sort of wine barbecue thing going on. Now remember, one thing, barbecues and wind just don't get along. So if you're going to use that side element and you want to get some sauce going, make sure you got your fitted lid nearby. It's going to keep that heat on. It's going to keep things going on. Looking good. What we brought here once again is Jamie's Vidal. Mary loves it. I love it. Great wine. I love his Merlot, his Cab Merlot, everything that he's got here. Really, really good stuff. But what I've added to this though is also sugar, clove, and cinnamon stick. So we've got some nice flavoring agents going in there. We're pretty much making a syrup. We're going to put that down there. Not knock over our glass. A couple simple grapes. In they go. Once again, don't cook them to death. They only need to be there for a minute or two, just to really kind of loosen that up and take on that flavor. Off to the races we go. Great flavor, absolutely. Just, you know, it's almost like berries on dessert. Just need a couple. Balsamic's going to give it huge flavor. We're ready to go. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh my gosh, are you here to take my money?
Yeah, and then I
Okay, so here we are. Balsamic reduction, balsamic vinegar, sugar, cinnamon. I also had a little bit of star anise in this one. You can mess it up a little bit, what you like. And we're going to put a little bit on Gavin's plate.
and it's
just a
tasty
little bit.
too.
And then we're going to finish off some nice ice cream.
It's good too.
There you go. Enjoy, everybody.
Special thanks to the Quai family for their hospitality and having us out here today for filming our very first Where Are the Meadows in our video series. Thank you so much, Quais.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.